What if I told you the most terrifying encounter of my life didn't take place in a haunted asylum, a cursed forest, or some forgotten graveyard, but right in my own backyard on what began as an ordinary Tuesday night? My name is Marcus, and 3 months ago something happened that ripped apart my carefully constructed view of the world. I had always believed monsters belonged in stories, in horror movies, in the imaginations of people who wanted their lives to be more exciting than they really were. But tonight, I'm here to tell you that they are real. They exist. And I met one. It was September 15th. I remember the date because it was the night before my 32nd birthday, and I'd been planning nothing more exciting than a quiet evening at home. I had work in the morning, and a few friends were coming over the next day for a small celebration. Just a simple dinner, some drinks, nothing out of the ordinary. Looking back, it feels almost cruel how normal the day was, like the world was setting me up for a fall. The weather was strange for mid-September in Ohio. The air carried a damp chill that crept into the bones, and a thick fog rolled in from Lake Erie just after sunset. It blanketed my street in gray, so dense that the glow of the street lamps looked weak, as though the fog itself was devouring the light. My neighborhood, usually quiet but not unsettling, suddenly looked like a set from an old horror film. It should have been a warning that I lived alone in a modest two-story house I'd inherited from my grandmother. She had always been a little unusual. When I was younger, she'd told me stories about things in the woods, things that didn't like to be disturbed. Goblins, she called them. Not the mischievous tricksters from fairy tales, but something older, darker. I'd laughed them off as folklore. After all, I was a rational man, a software developer by trade. My world was made of logic, not superstition. That night, around 11 o'clock, I was standing at the kitchen sink, washing dishes from dinner. The fog pressed against the window over the sink, a shifting gray curtain. That was when I first heard it, a faint scratching noise from outside. At first it was irregular, like claws or fingernails, scraping against wood. I froze, listening. My house bordered a stretch of trees, so my first thought was raccoons, maybe a stray cat. I told myself it was nothing unusual. Animals wander, and old sheds creak. Still, something about the sound unsettled me. It went on for several minutes before cutting off as abruptly as it had started. That silence was worse than the scratching. It felt heavy, expectant, as though something was waiting. For the full video, join me at Lozerus Logic Insomnia Stories.